Good morning, YouTube. What is up? It has been a couple weeks since we posted a video. We were really consistent for a while with the Arnold vlogs, and we were pretty tired after that.
Well, I mean, we got back in trying to hit the ground running, trying to figure out what was next as far as, I mean, not just for competition, but you guys know that my wedding is next month. So we've spent a lot of spare time planning that and putting effort into that too, because that was kind of on hold with Arnold and everything else. So, but we've got some things.
There's some stuff. So we have honestly had a really awesome time and got a really awesome response from the vlogs, from the training videos that we've been posting. I am such a consumer of all of that type of stuff on YouTube as well. So we want to continue providing value for you guys. So what we're thinking is we keep posting training videos, we coach athletes, and a lot of them are in contest prep right now, getting ready to compete. So we want to, highlight them, shout them out, share their experience, our experience from a coaching perspective, and just kind of keep it coming because YouTube has been awesome. I feel like we've gotten really positive feedback from the stuff that we're putting out, so we want to keep that rolling.
So, I know one of the things we talked about when Courtney, I think when we were in peak week for Arnold, about Courtney potentially doing another show, the Samson Showdown that's here in Las Vegas, and wanted to talk a little bit about the feedback we got from the judges at the Arnolds and why ultimately we decided to move into improvement season instead of pushing for another competition.
Yeah, and so the things that went into that was, the number one thing was more conditioning from the Arnold, which, was to be expected. Nailing conditioning, like everybody kind of has their battles. Some people struggle with putting on muscles, some people struggle with conditioning. Conditioning has always been really hard for me. So there was that, which, you could say is possible. You've got 3 more weeks till another show, but I didn't want to get on stage because I do need a little bit more muscle too, without really being confident in being a little bit of a killer. I like being that girl backstage where people look at you and they're like, oh, uh-oh. And I didn't feel like in that amount of time I'd be able to bring that without putting on some lean body mass.
Yeah. There's also, because the argument that we've heard from other people, other coaches was like, well, you're already in shape. Why not just write it out and, push for a couple more weeks, improve the look? Because part of the feedback that we got from Edela was the tan was too dark. And did we talk about this? I don't think we really talked about it at all.
I don't think we really talked about it at all. But here's the thing. This kills me because anybody with eyes could see that the tan was too dark. We know, you guys. I've been stopped so, everybody, locally at the gym, you're like, hey, did you know that you're... Guys, I love you all.
It's unfortunately one of those things too that you don't really know until you're on stage with everybody else. And something that a lot of people do in the pro levels is they'll do a warm-up show to kind of perfect the look, get judges' feedback before going into something like the Arnold or before going into something like the Olympia. We didn't have the opportunity to do that. There's not a wellness pro show before the Arnold. There was a bikini pro show in January, but there's not a wellness pro show. And it had been an entire year since Courtney is on stage. So we did do a different suit color. We did something different with the hair. The tan is who we usually go through, but it did come out a little bit too dark this time. So all of this, we couldn't really know until, she got on stage. It is things that we'll correct in the future, and before going into a big show again, we'll do something likely smaller to get judges' feedback and perfect the look going into another show. But that's not going to be this year.
And here's the thing you guys should also know. I did get judges' feedback. I stayed after the show. I actually talked to Edela and Tyler, and these things, this is what I love about wellness, is that at the end of the day, those things did not impact my placing. What impacted my placing was conditioning, was I need more of an imbalance, which is part of why improvement season is the move, because even if I come in leaner and tighter, I do have a more developed upper body. And so I need even bigger legs to create that imbalance and get the shape right. And so it's what it comes down to in the more muscular divisions is muscle development and conditioning. The physique is king or queen, whatever. But that's what I love about it, is because it's like, you know, if let's say my tan was off and my hair was off, but I was shredded, peeled with killer shape, I still would have placed better. And like maybe if you're like really close and like it's 1 and 2, that would impact the placing. But for the most part, like it's the physique. It's less of the fashion show model look thing. I mean, the presentation's got to be there. The look has to be there at the upper level. But at the end of the day, it is the physique that is being judged. Those things are just bells and whistles. Yes, we want to improve those. But if, let's say I come into another show with the same exact physique, but my tan and my hair is different, I'm not placing better. Like, it doesn't, so I didn't think, it's not worth putting your body through that to fix the girly stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it is definitely going into, I mean, we dove right into the deep end as far as like pro shows, hard.
You guys, it was so scary.
As far as pro shows go, like, arguably, I mean, I would argue that the Arnold is just as, if not more prestigious than the Olympia, because it's by invite only. So I would argue that it's just as big of a stage as the Olympia.
And now that Arnold raised that prize money, he raised the prize money, he is now openly kind of competing with the Olympia, which it was a really cool year to be there. But it was like, holy buckets, you guys. It was so stressful.
But there's things that we need to do, we need to also improve our education and I think research to be more competitive in wellness at that level. So a lot of the off season is going to be spent like learning and practicing new techniques, because that's it. Like, as coaches, as athletes, we are never at the top because the industry is always evolving. The physiques are always evolving. That means our education and our understanding of how to bring that level of conditioning and size and what the judges are looking for, especially at a pro level, needs to also be continuously evolving. There is no set points in this. And that's that's one of the things I love about it, is because there is never like, you're never like, oh, I'm done learning, I know everything now. That doesn't exist. And I think that's true of most professions, but especially in bodybuilding, it is an opportunity for both of us to level up our education. And that not only being for like Courtney as an athlete, me as a coach, but something that we can also translate into our amateur and our other pro athletes.
Yes, into our coaching, because we want to be honeys. We want to be those people that like, you know what I mean? We are so consistent with the physiques that we put out. We have amazing relationships with our athletes. Like, we want to be there for you guys. We're at the shows. We want to be there, like, as coaches. And especially, like, I know that some people will be like the athlete coach thing differently, but like, I love being there for my people. And I'm so excited to, like, you know, really, really, like, show you guys us putting them on stage. And that's part of what this channel, you know what I mean? We're going to be posting them and shouting them out. But growing and learning as coaches, for sure. As coaches, as athletes, we love the sport. We are learning and growing for our own journeys, for your journeys, for our athletes' journeys, to bring as much value and as much education and as much awesome bodybuilding stuff to you guys as we can. And like excitement around the sport. We love this.
I do.
So, and that's why we want to keep learning and growing, is because we love it. We want to move up. We want to be at that top level. We want to coach at that top level. And so
I want to be in my 50s with 24 Olympia titles. Like she said, I want to be a Hani Rambod.
Yeah. And so we're going to keep learning, keep growing, and keep putting content out for you guys. So if there's anything specific that you guys want to see from us, let us know, you know, drop it in the comments. We're putting information out. I would say most down here. The thing with Instagram, you guys, is it's so showboaty. I honestly feel like we can't post a video without paying $1,000 videographer and without a full face and makeup on, which is a big barrier to like the educational content that we put out. So I think YouTube is going to be, it's a more raw video. We can like really be ourselves, really show you guys who we are, how we train. We can show you our athletes. We can show you what we do. in the most raw format. And I think that there's a ton of value in that. So that's what you guys can kind of expect going forward.
Do you want to, you want to tell them what you're doing on Facebook too? And I am starting, but you've already done.
So we're creating these Facebook groups, and I know somebody's like, Facebook, but Facebook is kind of awesome because, again, Instagram is very showboaty. So I'm posting daily content, daily tips, daily advice, talking to the camera, a recipe video, a protein treat, whatever it is. You guys can ask questions, but if you guys want to be part of this Facebook group, it is private because, again, like even with Instagram, there's a lot of like interesting individuals, you know what I mean, or robots or whatever. We don't want that. We want real people who want to learn, who want to grow, who want to be better, to give you tips and advice, things that we do every day that maybe we don't even think about, that you can use in your everyday life and answer your questions directly and be accessible to you guys. I feel like that's one area we both have talked about growing is literally just being more accessible to answer your guys' questions and be there for you, whether you're our athlete or just somebody who follows us and wants to learn from us. So
Courtney's she started her Facebook group. I'm starting mine. I anticipate starting it this week. My problem is I have not been active on Facebook in I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years, if not a little bit longer. So I kind of need to re-engage my fitness community there, see who's interested. I did put something up last night asking for anything that people wanted to see more of as I'm getting this group started. So for Courtney's already got some awesome stuff up. I think she's on day 6 or 7 of her daily tips.
Yeah, 20 tips in 20 days, guys.
20 tips in 20 days. I'll be doing something similar, and we'll get that going, like I said, hopefully in the next week or so once I build up that Facebook community a little bit, but I'm in her group too. So we're working.
We're working for you guys because, yeah, we want to be there. And this is seriously, there's nothing more that we love more, than bodybuilding. And this is just become our entire life. And, we are fully in it. We're in it to win it. We're in it for you guys. We're in it for the whole thing. So,
yeah.
Anyways, that's our update. So expect some heavy lifting videos, educational stuff, more vlogs, more of our athletes, more competing, more posing, more of all that stuff in the coming weeks. What's today's Saturday?
Today's Saturday.
Today's Saturday. Well, we should probably film a lifting video this week.
Imagine so.
All right, guys. Drop in the comments if there's anything specific you want to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you guys soon.